Hi Pisces, this is going to be a tarot reading for your sign between the week of the 8th and the 14th of September. Let's begin. I'm channeling a message here that you need to be more vocal, talk more, just in general. It'll be good for your throat chakra to be just talking in general. It's going to help you express yourself more easily and express your ideas a lot more easily, just by talking more in general, having conversations more than often, and not holding things within. Um, I feel like the talks themselves can be more superficial, but it's going to allow you to connect more to your inner voice just by talking. Yep, there's your confirmation. So your pre-week energy before the week begins, I see that you have been on some endeavor in regards to your own self, um, in regards to your soul's purpose, your life's journey, and I feel like you've really been leading with your heart. You've been leading with your heart and sort of almost expecting that as you're moving, your cup will be filled by people, by things that benefit you, that are good for you, that are in alignment with you. Um, I'm seeing you have learned a lot about giving and receiving. You've been very generous with your time as well. You've been showing people kindness, people that are on a sort of soul journey, a spiritual journey of trying to understand themselves a lot more and trying to better themselves. I see you've been generous with these kinds of people. You've taken almost like an empathetic stance towards what they're going through because you've been through it. And this is allowing you to be more victorious within your life in general. You're seeing progress of yourself prior coming into the week. You're seeing progress of what you've been through and what you've going through. I see you like almost on this continuous journey of discovery, of betterment, of um, becoming somebody that you always wanted to be, and someone that you desire to be. I think they're more in alignment now than they ever were. Someone that you wanted to be when you were younger, and someone that you desire to be now, they're very close to each other. But I see you being victorious in regards to this sort of journey of yours, this sort of soul journey of yours to get to a position where you're successful. You're successful in activating your soul's path. You're successful in, um, reaching a point where you feel content with everything around you. Um, and I see here that you're balanced within your energy at this point in time. You're giving and receiving equally, and you're being given and you're receiving equally. Yeah. Sorry, I confused that. Why did I say that twice? Maybe it's because something to do with your duality. It's something to do with your duality of, I feel like you've got like a light self and a darker self, but you're in balance with both of them. Both of them are in balance, and you're now one in two rather than no, you're two in one rather than one in two. Or are you one in two? Interesting. So you're coming across here as one in two, as opposed to two in one, which I think you're meant to be one in two. so you can explore each side, the lighter side and the darker side, to its full extent. But no, at this moment in time, you are balanced as you're moving through and you're taking the right decisions. I see you coming into the week and you being in the sort of nurturing energy. Your energy is nurturing itself because you're in balance. You know, you're generous. You're following with your heart. You're leading with your heart. Sorry, or should I say, you're following your heart? I mean, they sound similar, but they're actually two different things. You know, leading with your heart is, you know, you put your heart out there and sort of, you know, you're following it along. Not following it, but like you're tagging along, or you know, it's leading the way for you. But following your heart is more like you're taking a backseat position in regards to things. I'm hearing you're following your heart. You might be thinking, what the hell am I talking about? But I sort of see your heart just coming out here, and like it's not pushing. Your heart's what these two different things. Maybe they're connected to your lighter and darker side. Like what I was saying, you're one and two. Maybe one side wants to be more of a leader and one side wants to be more of a follower. But I think it's your lighter side wants to be the leader and the darker side wants to be the follower. But know that you're leading with your heart. Your heart's like, oh, I see your heart coming out your chest. It's like, you know, when you see in the cartoons where they got the hearts just pumping out the chest and it's like all the way out there. That's what it's like, and you're like kind of like tagging along, you're like following along, and your heart's all the way out here. But it's putting you in this energy of, you know, nurturing energy. It's nurturing you. Being like this is nurturing you. It's making you grow. It's beautifying your energy. You're very connected to the universe. You're very connected to the spiritual realm at this point in time. I see you benefit from tapping into your nature, and it's making you abundant by you being that one and two, not the two and one. You are a two and one and two. That's very interesting. But this is what you're meant to be like. You're meant to be like this because that's what Pisces is what I'm hearing. And by you being like this, you're nurturing yourself. You're upgrading your energy. You're increasing your energy. You're becoming more prosperous as a result. And this is your energy for the first few days. So like Monday to Wednesday. Between Wednesday and Friday, I see you taking a position of control. You can see it's quite interesting. You've got two different sphinxes here. These are you, and you're like in the middle here as the sort of conscious in between your two sides, and you're using your willpower to almost have a uniform movement between both of them. So one's not going off more than the other. Your darker side's not going off more than the lighter side. I only just noticed the sphinxes now. I've been talking about this whole time, but it's very interesting. I'm getting like the fish from Avatar. You know the fish from Avatar. There's two, isn't there? I can't remember. I haven't seen it in ages. You know the cartoon, but I think there was two in there. That one was dark and one was light. And this is what you are. This is what the Pisces archetype is. But you're healing as you're moving forward without realizing it. By you being in this your own nature, you're healing yourself and you're nurturing. It's like a nurturing energy. It's like it goes in the circle. It's like a cyclone almost that heals you. It's like a cyclone that keeps going around and around, and all the impurities are sort of being, like what do you call it? Like blown away. It circles up, and I'm seeing it sort of like circling up and blowing away from you. But again, you're very connected spiritually here as well. During the midweek, your intuition's heightened. Your connection, you might be getting downloads of which way you want to move, and you're very focused on where you want to go. And I don't think this has got to do anything in particular with career or love. I think this is you as a person, independently, like as your soul. You're wanting to be in the correct alignment to fulfilling your soul's desire of this incarnation in this life, and you're really determined that you want to get there. You're very determined. Your willpower is very strong at this moment, because you're very connected. Your heart is shining almost. I'm almost seeing a duality in your hair and your heart as well, of light and darker. So you're very connected as a whole to both sides of you. You're very connected in your endeavors, in your mind, because when you're one or the other, you can be. I'm a Gemini rising and I'm a Libra sun, so, so I get the whole lighter and darker side thing, and it can be like sometimes it's like one's more ahead than the other and they're not really in unison, but I see you here being really in unison, like with both your sides, and having a lot of it's making your heart chakra really strong. Your chakras are going to be, the more you're allowing your nature to exist within you, your nature being 1 and 2, not the 2 and 1 but the 1 and 2, the more you allow that to exist, the stronger you become. The more beautiful your canvas is, the more beautiful your reality becomes. Your heaven is where you want it to be. Your heaven is above your head, is what I'm hearing. So you'll be quite high up, like from you'll be more or less close to where you want to be, is what I mean to say. And as you're going through, let me see. As you're going through, you're very, strong in your willpower, very determined and very focused. You're taking action towards something, and I'm just trying to figure out what this action is towards. You're taking action towards your shadow self. You're taking action towards your shadow self, and you're bringing balance there. You're bringing in compassion there. You're bringing in a calm. You're caring for yourself, and that's breaking away this need for need and control within the two aspects within yourself. I think it's something you're enslaved to. It's something that you're enslaved to in your shadow self. Some sort of darker aspect that's kept you trapped is in your shadow self, but you're bringing it love. Even you're still in balance with one another, but I feel like you're at this point where you're noticing it because you're nurturing yourself as you stay more in this energy of, in your nature, you're nurturing your energy, and appreciating who you are. The more this comes in for you, and I feel like you're connecting by doing this. You're connecting more to your darker side, your shadow self, yourself over here, and you're sort of purifying yourself from, with love, with compassion, with balance. You're healing yourself. You're bringing in calm to choppy waters within that state of being, and that state has something to do with a control of needing and of greed, because you're realizing that it's not good for you. You're realizing that it's causing you confusion. It's causing you confusion about which way you should move in. It's causing one things to move faster than the other. But you're closing this cycle. Your luck is changing. You're closing this cycle. I feel like you've been doing a sort of inner work to figure out how you can move out in the material world. Yeah, you're figuring out how you can move through the material world. But you're gaining power. I see you rising. So this being here on the bottom of the wheel is meant to represent the Egyptian god Set, and I feel like this is kind of you in this moment of like coming around. He's bringing you back around up through the the top of the wheel. So like you've been in the sort of underworld, the shadow self. I see the top half as like the higher self, and the bottom half of the, or should I say the top half as the lighter self, and the bottom half as the shadow self. And you're coming up from the bottom here. It's because you're almost like diving into yourself here, very determined, very controlled. Like, I'm not gonna allow one side to be bigger than the other, because if I do so, if I allow one of these sphinxes to move more faster than the other, my chariot's gonna fall over, or my chariot's gonna be destroyed, because it's gonna be pulled apart. And you're realizing that you need to be in unison, and in order for you to be in unison, you have to delve deep within yourself, and sort of within your shadow self, within your darker self, and bring compassion and love and balance, to that side, and say, look, we don't need to be like this sort of person where everything needs to be controlled, everything needs to be secure, I need to have what I need as what I need to have, and I'll be greedy for it if I have to, because you're realizing here is causing confusion. It's causing a lot of confusion within your being, because you're not sure which way to go, and that's causing one sphinx to move more faster than the other. But as you heal this, you're bringing clarity. You're closing this cycle of you're changing. You're almost transmuting your energy. You're purifying yourself using your lighter and darker side. You're realizing that you are the one and two, and this is heightening not only your energy, is strengthening your heart. It's strengthening your heart, and your intuition is becoming more powerful. And now moving forward, you're going to be able to be more in the spiritual and the physical at the same time. I feel like you have bouts where you will be more in the physical, or you'll be more in the spiritual, for periods of your life. Maybe it could be up to a year or so, but you spend a lot of that time delving into spiritual pursuits, or leading with spirituality, or leading with physical, like earning money or whatever, stuff like that. And now moving forward, you're going to have incorporated both of them. As you move forward in any endeavor, you're going to move with one foot in each at the same time, and you're actually on your path here at the moment. You're on your path to you're beginning your path actually to your destiny. You're beginning your path here to you're beginning your path here with caring and compassion, with loving feelings towards yourself. I'm getting the 2 in 1 here again. It's like you see the sort of chalice she's holding here. That's your two aspects, and you're in the middle here. Like you're going in as a whole, and you're beginning this journey of your soul's purpose. You're done with the conflicts. You're done with the chaos within yourself. You're done with the opposition, the opposite. Yourself opposing, your sides opposing each other. You've made the choice. You've made the choice to leave all the fear and anxiety and worries. If things are going to work out, if things are not going to work out, you're leaving this energy behind. You're leaving it behind. You're leaving it behind. You don't realize that you being in that 4 of Pentacles energy has left you in the 9 of Pentacles energy. But you are working this out this week. It's being illuminated, and you're showing it love. You're like, I don't need to be like this. I don't need to fight myself in order to better and be better and have better. I just need to be myself. And you're realizing this in a very powerful way this week, and you're going to level up in a major way. Your intuition's going to be very powerful. You're going to feel a lot more love, just in general, not from people, but from yourself. You're going to feel a lot more loving. You're going to wake up, you're going to be waking up with a smile on your face. Like you're just gonna wake up in the morning, you're gonna be smiling. Maybe you're gonna be doing some astral work while you're dreaming and stuff, but you're gonna be waking up. You're gonna be feeling a lot more love in general. See, like the sky is clearing for you. Things are clearing up for you. It's like there's a bit of debris, but you've cleared out the main issue, well, during this week, you will be clearing out the main thing that's been holding you back from progressing. I feel like your journey so far has been consistent. You've learned a lot, but it's been consistent. Like it's not elevated like crazily, but after this week, things are gonna be looking up, really much more up for you. Your outcome for the week is you're going to be very successful. You're going to be victorious in the situation. So you are deciding to go ahead and heal and show yourself love and get through this situation. You're gonna go through to the other side successfully. You're gonna see progress, and you're gonna be very enthusiastic about what's to come in the future. I see you being very clear. You're gonna be very clear within your mind about you're gonna have clarity about what you're gonna do next. Your path is gonna be illuminated for you, and it's gonna bring you everything you desire: wealth, success, happiness, gratitude. You're gonna be very happy and grateful for your life by the end of this week. This is your outcome for the week. So yeah, it's looking very good for you, to be honest. Your peace is going to be restored. You're earning this success. It's not something that was given to you. You had to go through and learn and apply the time to learn through things. You learned a lot about giving and receiving, and you're very generous at this point, with yourself. You're very kind to people, and not just with people, but with yourself also, which is very important. You're in balance because of this. And you've had to, you earned the success, but your peace is being restored by the end of this week. Literally in this week, your peace is being restored. It's gonna take 2 days, just 2 days for it to be restored once you go through the situation of here. So this is midweek between Wednesday and Friday, that you're gonna be, going into your shadow self and healing that part of you. And within 2 days, you're going to be feeling, this energy. I forgot to even bring this one up, but it's like a divine bliss, fairy tale endings. You're going to be harmonious within yourself. You're going to be very happy. You're going to be very happy. You're going to enjoy life a little bit more than you are at the moment. Things might not change for you, but internally, there's going to be massive shifts. And these massive shifts are going to bring in things for you very, very quickly, compared to what you've been going through before, because this felt like a long sort of continuous journey where you haven't seen much changes. 3 years is what I'm hearing. For 3 years you were going on this sort of journey, you weren't seeing anything. Since the last 6 months, 6 days, since the last 6 days, you've been really traversing through difficult emotions, but you've been leading with your heart. And that's your confirmation that this is for you. The last 6 days, you've been traversing very difficult emotions, but you've been leading with your heart. You've not been allowing situations to necessarily affect you in a very deep level. You've stayed grounded in your energy. You stayed mentally clear. You've allowed yourself to stay mentally clear by not overthinking things, and it's causing you to be balanced. You've decided to be generous with yourself, because you don't know what might be on the other side, and this has helped you to kind of really understand, not understand, but feel almost like an appreciation of. And like not of appreciation. I think the best word is probably more of like understanding of a life journey, of a life like upgrade, like the way you go through life and you upgrade, and because you've been seeing people that are on this path but not quite where you are yet, and you've been helping these people. So like it's been very consistent. You've been had to like it's not been coming in for you is what I mean to say, because you've been doing more for other people and like things have not really taken off the way that you wanted it to take off. But no, here by the end of this week you're gonna be feeling a lot different. By the 13th, 14th of September, you're going to be feeling very, very different about life in general. You're going to be a lot more happier. You're going to see a lot more divine love from the universe, from the spirits, from the gods, goddesses. You are being looked after in this moment. You're being guided here to go through this, and this is like almost like the last stepping stone before you are able to fully embark on your soul's journey in this lifetime. Yeah, just be confident and practical. You're abundant, you're very abundant, and you need to sort of like take the charge moving forward. You need to, again, willpower is coming up very strongly here. Willpower, and I'm getting the 2 and 1 once again. You need to integrate the two. Just keep saying to yourself, I am the 2 and 1. I am the 2 and 1, not the 1 and 2. Oh, sorry, I am the, sorry, I said that the wrong way. I said that, maybe you do need to say that to yourself, 2 and 1. Not 1 and 2. Maybe you need to understand that you're the 1 and 2, but you're the 2 and 1. I mean, you probably understand what I'm saying to you, because when you start looking at yourself as two different things, then perhaps it doesn't work out. I think you need to say, I am the 2 and 1. 2 and 1, 2 and 1. You are the 2 and 1. Just keep saying that you're the 2 and 1, but understand that you are the 1 and 2. Mentally understand that you are the 1 and 2, so you're actually 2. People don't need to know that you are 2 and 1, or sorry, 1 and 2. People don't need to know that you're 1 and 2, but you know, they can see that you're 2 and 1, or maybe they don't need to know any of that. I don't think people know this. I think this is quite a bit of a secret. But know that wealth is coming in for you. Your peace is being restored. You need to have more willpower and go towards make focused action, take focused moves, focused action towards what it is that you desire, what it is that you seek, because you're leading with your heart at the moment, and keep on doing with that. You need to keep on leading with your heart and your intuition as much as you can. And you're going to be very happy. You're going to be very happy if you do. I see you going more inwards in the future, going more inwards and figuring out what it is inside of you, what you need to illuminate, what you need to let go of. And this is going to bring more and more harmony, more and more divine love. The more it's like a fairy tale. You're stepping into a fairy tale life at this moment, and the more you go inwards, and the more you let go of things that don't serve you, the more you look at things inside of you, shadow self, light self, and the more you illuminate, the more you bring love to within yourself, the more you shed away, and the more you shed away, the more happiness comes into your life. So your challenge for this week is, again, feeling like you've given too much and you haven't received anything. No, everything is working in due time. I see the moon being very significant here. The timing of the moon, maybe the waxing of the moon, is going to be a significant time for you. 6 days before the new moon. 6 days before the new moon. That's a waning period. It's a waning period. Okay, well, the waning period is going to be significant for you. Was it a waxing period? Waning period. Okay, it's the waning period. And so you need to realize that, you know, what's coming for you is coming for you. You haven't overgiven. Don't let this sort of energies to stay inside of you and take over you. I don't see it taking over you. I see your outcome. You are going ahead with this healing. But this is a challenge for you that is going to be present in your energy this week. It's something that's going to affect your mind and it's going to affect you spiritually if you allow it to. But it's going to be there. It's your challenge. It's just this that you think that you've given too much to people, and you haven't received what it is that you desire. People have not been kind and as generous as you have. There's nothing goes unnoticed by the universe, by the spirits, by the gods and goddesses. Everything is noticed. You might feel like you need to be cunning and be deceptive, and to get what it is that you want. But this is, unstable effort is causing imbalance within your energy. Is causing your energy to fragment. If you decide to do this, it's gonna make one things go more faster than the other, and you're gonna have to kind of go back in a circle and try to figure out how to get them both balanced once again. But don't allow this sort of energy to take over you, the Seven of Swords energy of that you need to be deceptive towards people to get what it is, that you need to be cunning and you need to lie and betray people to level up. But that's not true for you at all, to be honest. What's coming for you is coming for you, and your path, no one can take your path away from you. You haven't lost time, you haven't been left out of anything. You've just not been in full alignment within yourself. I feel like you feel that you've tried as hard as you can, but you've tried on either side of the light or the dark hard. You've never tried in the middle, is what I'm hearing. You've never tried in the middle, combined together with both sides, with you in the middle, leading the way with your willpower. It's a very powerful image here I'm getting of you sort of like, holding the reins of both your sides, not allowing one of them to take over your main being and to overtake you, and you end up becoming the light one, or you end up becoming the dark one for however long before it relapses and you come back into the middle, and then you decide to go off on the other side, or you go back to the same side. But this is the first time that you're moving in, and like with both sides, without any opposition or any conflict within yourself of disagreement of that this is wrong or that's wrong, but you're going together as a whole. I see here another one of your challenges is worrying about maybe your finances. You're worrying about your wealth. You're like, am I ever going to be wealthy? Am I ever going to be fulfilled with life? Know that you are a leader. You are leading your life. You are leading yourself to healing. You are abundant. I see you being very fulfilled here in the future, even by the end of this week. If you go through this again, this is not something that will happen to you, but the energy is going to be present there. It's going to maybe pop up in your mind. The thoughts going to pop up in your mind, and you're going to be like, am I ever going to be wealthy? Am I ever going to be fulfilled? Am I ever going to be like truly like content with everything in my life? But know that you will be. You are growing very significantly. Your aura is amplifying as well, to be honest. You don't have to be let the emotion take over the anger. I feel it's more anger to take over, because of the fact that you have been on this constant journey and you haven't seen much change, and you feel like you're still going to be on this journey, this constant journey, moving very slowly, and you're like almost like very desperate, not desperate, but you're like ready. You're like, I'm ready. Where is it? Like, come in. What I desire from life, what my soul desires from life, like let it come in. It's like your soul is like, it wants it. It's like it's asking the universe for it, but you feel like you might be in this waiting phase of a bit longer, but it's not true at all. It's by the end of this week, you're going to be seeing some significant movement. You're going to be feeling happy, like you're going to be feeling really great. You're going to be feeling very confident within yourself about what's to come. You're going to be planning for the future. You're going to be planning of, you're going to be making discovery within yourself. This discovery of what this energy is inside of your shadow self. You're going to be making this discovery, and you're going to be planning for the future of like, what do I want to do, where do I want to go. I see you being very productive towards whatever this is, and yeah, your wealth is coming in. And how long is this gonna be in? It's gonna be a manifestation. There's gonna be a manifestation. How long is it? It's not telling me. So it is actually. It's going to be eight. It could be 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years for it to fully fruition. So it's 12 weeks. 12 weeks to 12 months. It could be 1 month sooner than that. But just know, if, like you're beginning this journey, you're gonna see significant changes moving towards you. You're gonna be walking down the yellow brick road. I don't know if you've seen Alice in Wonderland, but the yellow brick road represents what they desire to find, and they desire to find the Wizard of Oz. And I see you being on this yellow brick road to your happiness, to your success. You're gonna be out of this situation of having everything constant around you. See, everything around it is very constant. Nothing changes apart from this point here, where there's the yellow brick road leading into the path, and that path leads into the mountains, and that path is also over here. This part here where you're beginning this journey on your path, which is also yellow here. So it's looking very good for you. I feel like this is a very significant week for you to realize the depth of your power, the depth of who you are. Really, you're not. I think you've felt like you've been fragmented, like there's parts of you that come out at certain times, and other times there's other parts of you that come out. But know that those parts are all part of you. You're all one being. You're the one in two. You are the one in two. But keep saying to yourself, you're the two in one. By you saying you're the two in one, you acknowledge that you are the two, and the two need to come together into the one, which is you, your willpower, your discretion of what's right and what's wrong, your sense of truth. That one is the sense of your truth, but you need to understand in your mind that you are the one and two in your mind. You are one, but you are two. There's two sides of you, very different, and that's what you truly are. But you need to bring them together into a whole, into one being. And the way you do that is by telling yourself you're the two in one. Sorry, I'm sorry if I confused you, but I feel like you're gonna get what I'm saying. When you're Pisces, you're going into things quite deeply. But I'm gonna leave your reading here. If you did like the reading, leave me a like, comment, and subscribe, and I shall see you soon.